في الظهور الأول للرئيس التنفيذي للطيران العماني الأسترالي كون كرفاتس راح يكون معنا هذا اللقاء الأول بإذن الله لمعرفة تفاصيل عن تولي هذا المنصب. Nice to meet you, Mr. Khan.
Lovely to meet you too. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you.
So this is your fourth day in being CEO of Oman Air, and you are here in Dubai Travel also exhibition. So what's your impression about this?
Actually, it would be lovely to have been the fourth day in the office in Oman and meeting a lot of our people. But it's good timing to be here, particularly with the agenda that Oman Air has and the Arabian Travel Mart I've been coming to for many years, and it's a great B2B opportunity to meet all the stakeholders in the industry who are very important, particularly for us, which is predominantly an international business. So we come here to do a lot of business and meet people like yourself to talk to as well and tell them a little bit about our story.
Nice to meet you again, and of course there is a lot of things you can do, and agenda also for the coming future of Oman Air. What's the most important files you're gonna hold through the coming days?
That's a good question. It's day four for me, so I have a very high-level answer. But Oman Air is an airline that's well established and has a tremendous reputation with its customers. It's a very nice airline that delivers a very good customer product. In all the customer feedback that we receive, it scores very highly. It's won today and was presented an award as being having the highest on-time performance out of any airline in the Middle East and in Africa. So it has a well-earned reputation in customer service, but it is an organisation that's been around for many years, and as a legacy organisation, you know, the build-up over the years is you find that costs haven't been kept in check in a particular way, or with perhaps such a good focus. Also, you know, procedures and practices and systems need constant evolution, and there is some work that we do need to do around our cost base. So, as I was saying, also to work on our operational efficiencies and improve those in the business. So I call it it's a pivotal moment for the airline, a good customer base and ethos, and some work to do on the business side of things to improve things, and that's going to be our focus for the next 2 or 3 years.
I wish you all the best, inshallah, for the coming 3 years. As you know, that this file is very challenging file for the Omani, especially the international airlines and also the domestic internal. So many things, and also the voice of the people who are wanting a low price of tickets, and so many things around to solve. What's the solution for these things? And also, on other hand, there is a big strategy for Oman Air for the coming 10 years, let's say.
Well, I mean, aviation and airlines serve many purposes for a country. In the case of Oman Air, it's a great responsibility for me to take on the national carrier of the country and continue on the good work that's been done in the past to continue to build. At the same time, we have a responsibility, and we are a stakeholder to assist the broader economic vision and outcomes for Oman, and it has a Vision 2040 program which has many different initiatives at its core, and transportation and aviation in particular is an enabler to help achieve those objectives, and so we have a very big part to play in that. At the same time, the airline has, although it's provided a good customer proposition, it has not been delivering good financial results, and we need it to be a healthy organisation for the shareholder who's been funding it to now, but most importantly, more so than that, to give us a platform to invest and to grow the airline over time as well, to help deliver to the long-term objectives of the country. So in the short term, we need to fix some foundations and get things right, structure it for the right business results as well as the customer results, because we don't want to lose those, and then take it forward to assist all those other things I mentioned just before.
As you mentioned to me earlier, that this is your first time to fly to Oman and first time to fly with Oman Air. So where have you been, and what is your previous experience?
I'm not a young boy anymore, so I've been a lot of places. I'm not a young boy anymore, so I've been a lot of places. Look, I've had 30 years in the industry. It's an amazing industry. It's a complex industry, which is why I've stayed in it so long. I love the complexity and the challenge that comes with it. And I've had, the privilege of working in some of the best airlines in the world, the likes of Singapore Airlines and Qantas. I've had the privilege of starting a number of airlines from scratch. I've had the privilege of transforming airlines, and I've had the privilege of doing that in a lot of different countries. So I've worked in Australia and Singapore and Indonesia, in China, and most recently I've finished up, I was 7 years in Saudi Arabia, where I established the low-cost airline that belongs to the Saudia group, and really enjoyed that. Fell in love with the region. I really think the region is the hot spot for this industry, at least to the end of this decade, if not longer. There's so much going on. It seems to be sort of the centre of the aviation universe in many ways. And, Oman is a part of the region. And I think with whatever goes on in the region and the success of the region is to the benefit of everybody. If we do well in the UAE or we do well in Oman, it's good for the surrounding countries, it's good for the region, and it benefits the region in promoting itself globally and bringing more people here for all the reasons people travel, whether it be leisure, adventure, business, good food, seeing sights and attractions. It's a very rich area, and Oman has a significant agenda of its own in this respect, and we love to see Oman deliver to its full potential, and it has big potential.
As we say always when we see Oman Air and all the crew and the captains, we have a well-established airline in Oman. But the problem was in the previous years, maybe some administration things or financial issues. How are you going to solve these issues, especially sometimes when it carries like Oman Air, the first airline in Oman, and it's competing also the other GCC airlines?
Right. Well, I think you touched on two very important elements. Firstly, the staff and the family, the Oman Air family. The reason it has such a good reputation from a service and customer point of view is because of the staff of Oman Air and all their efforts and their focus on good customer service and providing good customer service. The other aspect that, of course, and you touch on the competition, we don't live alone. As much as the region benefits from working collectively, we also have our own individual agendas for our countries and our airlines. And, the aviation industry is extremely competitive. And to survive in the long term, you've got to be as good as the best in every aspect, not just the service, not just the OTP, but also, how you run as a business, how you are in the area of digitalization, green initiatives, all sorts of things. And in that area is the area that the airline needs most improvement. I'm not looking back in terms of doing a diagnosis on the past and what's gone wrong, but obviously looking forward, our benchmark is to be as best as anyone can be and benchmark ourselves to the best airlines that are out there. As I said, not just from customer, but from a business point of view as well, and deliver a world-class airline for Oman Air in every aspect.
As it is always, Oman Air is the best for us always. One last question. The board member is the Minister of the Communication and Transportation. How can you collaborate also with the vision of the Minister of Transportation?
His Excellency and the board has set us a very clear mandate, and it's around those things I discussed earlier. We are an important enabler in terms of the vision for Oman, and we have to play as an important stakeholder. We have a role to fulfill there, and we need to fulfill that role. We need to be a customer, an organisation that continues to deliver to the customer what's given us a wonderful reputation, and not just by the airline, but Oman as a whole. Its reputation with its hospitality, its friendliness, and its appeal. And everyone who I've met who knows anything about Oman, they all have the same thing to say about it, and we have to just keep building on that. But as I said, equally as importantly, we have to be a responsible citizen of Oman, and what I mean by that is, the stakeholders and our shareholder invests heavily in Oman, given its Oman Air, given its importance. but we also have to deliver best practice results, best practice outcomes, and be really world class in every aspect of the airline, and that's a responsibility we have to give back. And His Excellency is extremely supportive. He obviously understands this agenda better than all of us, and we have a tremendous board, and I think collectively with their support and the people we have in the organisation, and as we build our capability and bring more people in as well into the organisation, that we deliver on this vision.
Thank you so much for this interview, your first interview in Oman, and I wish you all the best, inshallah, in the coming 3 years.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity. Look forward to talking more and celebrating some successes as we go on the journey along the way.